Hello, hello, and welcome to your 40-minute Energizing Yoga Flow for the day. I'm so grateful and so happy to have you here practicing with me on your mat today. As you carry on through today's class and through our asana sequence, I encourage you to move mindfully and notice what you can do for the inner world that's inside of you as you move. Can you release a little bit more tension and bring your body into more comfort in a pose? Can you send breath to a place where you're feeling a lot of sensation? Listen to and honor your body as you practice today. Let's begin. Come onto all fours into a neutral tabletop position, and then draw your knees to the width of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch and walk your hands forward. Take an inhale, shift your weight, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, send your hips back and down towards your heels. Lower your forehead to the ground and walk your hands forward to welcome yourself into your first pose of the day, Child's Pose, Balasana. If your eyes are open, let them come to a close and gently seal your lips to draw your breaths in and out fully through your nose. With each and every breath, notice if you can invite your body to settle deeper into this pose and onto the ground. Now let your mind be drawn to a location in the body where you're feeling lots or a little sensation. Do your best not to label this sensation or judge it or overanalyze it. Instead, let your next few inhales be full of love. And as you exhale, imagine that you're sending that full breath of love to that place where you are feeling a lot of sensation. Continue sending breath to those places for a few more moments as you lie here. Now take an inhale as you inch your fingers further towards the front edge of your mat. And as you exhale, bend both elbows and slide your palms down the mat until they're underneath of your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and towards one another. And on an inhale, press into the ground to lift your chest and head up. Exhale. Ground through your right hand. And on inhale, lift your left arm up and out towards the back of your space and tap your fingertips on or towards the ground behind your left toes. Exhale, sweep it right back over and around to touch the ground in front of you. Now inhale, lift your right arm up and back, tap the ground behind your right toes. Exhale, sweep that arm up and around, back down in front of you. Inhale, left arm lifts up and back, palm facing the back of your space. Exhale, sweep it right back up and around. Inhale, right arm lifts up and back, palm open facing the back of your space. Exhale, sweep it back down. Inhale, left arm lifts up and back, fingertips tap behind your left toes. Exhale, sweep it up and back down in front of you. Inhale, right arm up and back now. Exhale, up and down. Now bring your knees side by side and remove the space between them. And then walk your hands about a hand length forward in front of you to bring you into a tabletop. Then lower down onto your forearms and tuck your toes underneath of you. Suck your belly button in and back towards your spine. And on an inhale, lift your knees up and off of the mat and guide them towards a straightened position. Gaze back towards your toes or the back of your mat. Exhale, hold here. On inhale, gently bend your knees towards the ground but not touching the ground. And exhale, extend once again, heels come towards the earth. Inhale, gently bend your knees, this time a little lower. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend even lower this time. Exhale, extend, heels come towards the ground. Inhale, deeply bend and lower down to the ground. Untuck your toes and come up onto your hands, back in your tabletop position. Your wrists should be stacking right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips. On your next inhale, drop your belly to arch your spine, gaze high as your tailbone lifts and your shoulders squeeze back towards one another. Exhale, push the ground away from you, round your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine for your cow pose. Exhale, push the ground away from you, round, look towards your belly, tailbone tucks. Inhale, arch your spine and tuck your toes behind you to feel a stretch in your feet. Exhale, round your spine, point your feet. Inhale, tuck your toes, arch, cow pose. Exhale, point your toes, round, cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And exhale. Now place your right hand just underneath of your chin. On inhale, lift your left arm high towards the sky, opening your chest towards the left. And exhale, sweep your left hand right behind your right wrist. Inhale, push into the ground with your right hand, left arm lifts high. Exhale, sweep just a little bit lower this time, left hand behind right wrist. Inhale, lift high, open your chest to the left. Exhale, this time sweep all the way down until your left shoulder comes to rest on the mat. Your head can rest gently on the mat as well. Your right hand can stay here, or if you'd like, lift it up and back behind you and take a bind. Right palm comes to the top of your left thigh, if that feels comfortable in your body. Take a few deep inhales and exhales as you hold here, threading your needle. If you took a bind, you can release it now and place your right hand right back where it was. Ground through your right hand, and on inhale, lift your weight, left arm comes up towards the sky, and exhale, lower your left hand now right underneath of your chin to replace your right hand. Inhale, right arm lifts high, chest opens towards the right, gaze follows fingertips. Exhale, sweep your right hand right behind your left wrist. Inhale, right arm lifts high. Exhale, this time sweep just a little bit lower. Inhale, lift high, chest opens. Exhale, this time sweep all the way down, come to rest on your right shoulder and turn your head to rest. Your left hand can stay here just like the other side. On inhale, you can lift that arm up and overhead and then take a bind if that feels good. At any time, if you chose a bind and you'd like to release it, go ahead and do so. Just like you did at the beginning of class, send breath to the places that you are feeling sensation and then watch that feeling change. Release your bind if you chose to take one, and bring your left palm back to the mat next to your face. Press into the ground through your left hand and inhale, lift your right arm high towards the sky. Exhale, place your right hand right back down to the mat and readjust in your neutral tabletop. Then walk your knees back slightly so that you can lower yourself down to lay on your belly, hands on the mat just underneath either shoulder. Separate your legs behind you at about hips width distance apart and actively press the tops of your feet and thighs into the ground. Feel as you press your pelvis into the ground as well, and then slide your palms back until your thumbs point at about mid-rib area. Hug your shoulder blades back and towards one another. Now on inhale, light up your glutes and lift your chest and head. Exhale, lower right back down gently. Inhale, lift your chest and head, baby cobra pose. Exhale, lower right back down. Inhale, lift right back up to your cobra bhujangasana. And on exhale, bring your left forearm to the ground beside you and roll onto your left hip so that you can tap your right foot behind your glutes. Inhale. And exhale, come right back down to lay on your belly and readjust for your cobra. On inhale, Find your cobra once again. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, light on your hands. Exhale, lower down, chin taps the ground. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your right forearm to the ground. Now roll onto your right hip and tap your left toes behind your glutes. Inhale. And exhale, lower right back down to your belly. Now extend your left arm long beside you at shoulder height, palm facing down. Your right hand can stay here, or you can use it as a pillow as you gaze left. Bend both knees and bring your big toes to tap behind you. Now as you inhale, roll your weight onto your right hip and leg and bring both feet to the ground. Right foot taps the ground, left stays elevated, still touching your right foot. Inhale, take a breath. And exhale, roll your weight right back center. Now extend your right arm long beside you and bend your left arm and turn your head towards the right. Inhale. Shift your weight onto your left hip. Bring your left foot to the ground, right toes stay touching your left. Inhale. And exhale, come right back through center. You can release your legs behind you now and let it go. Turn your head back to gaze forward and bring each palm just underneath of your shoulders. Squeeze those shoulders back and towards one another and then slide your palms right back to that mid-rib position. Ground through your legs and inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Now press through the tops of your feet and on inhale, extend your arms to lift your knees and hips off of the ground, upward facing dog, gaze high. Exhale, lift up and back through your core and tuck your toes to welcome yourself into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs a couple of times to open up your hamstrings and then settle your heels down towards the ground. On inhale, lift your right leg up or past hip height, foot stays flexed. Exhale, turn out that right hip, toe points. Bend your right knee and then take a few hip circles, guiding with your knee inward towards your body. And then when you're ready, reversing the circles, now circling out and away from your body. Re-straighten your right knee and re-square off your hips towards the mat, foot flexes. On inhale, come up onto the toes of your left foot, shift your weight forward and step your right foot in between your hands now. Ground through your legs, come light on fingertips. Inhale, send your arms back behind you, airplane arms. Exhale, reach forward and up to your high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach through your fingertips towards the sky, create length in your spine. And exhale, twist your upper body towards the right, left arm in front of you, right arm behind you, palms stay wide, fingers spread. Inhale, lift right back through center, arms over top of you. And exhale, turn your back foot in and down to come parallel to the back of your mat and lower your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Left arm can stay high here or come to your hip. Inhale, reach your fingertips, tie towards the sky. And exhale, settle here. Take a deep inhale and lift yourself right back up to your warrior two, Parshavirabhadrasana. And exhale, flip your right palm up towards the sky and send your left arm down the back of your left leg, radiant warrior. Inhale, lift yourself back up and cartwheel your hands to frame your front right foot, left toes face forward once again. Exhale, ground through your left toes and lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your right leg right back down to that down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and settle in. Inhale, lift your left leg high, hip height or higher, foot stays flexed. Exhale, fan out your left hip and bend your left knee. Both armpits stay facing the ground here. Now circle that left knee inward towards your body 2 or 3 times. And then when you're finished with that, reverse the direction of your circles and take it the other way. Breathe as you do so. Re-straighten your left knee, and then square your hips towards the mat once again. Left foot flexes. Inhale, shift your weight onto your right toes, and then step your left foot in between your hands. Come light on your fingertips as you ground through your left foot. Inhale, draw your arms back, airplane arms. Exhale, lift your arms forward and up, framing your head in your high crescent lunge. Square your shoulders towards the front of your mat. Inhale, reach high through your fingertips. Exhale, twist towards your left now, right arm in front of you, left arm behind you, both palms wide. Inhale, sweep your left arm forward and up, both arms overhead now. Exhale, turn your back right foot in and down parallel to the back of your mat and lower your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Right arm can be raised or it can rest on your hip if that feels better. Settle in here for a breath. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, settle. Take a deep inhale and lift yourself right back up to Warrior Two. Flip your front left palm and reach up and back overhead as your right arm tracks down the back of your right leg, Radiant Warrior. Inhale, come right back through Warrior Two and cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot. Inhale, step your left foot up and back, down dog split or three-legged dog. And exhale, lower that left foot to the ground, downward facing dog once again. On inhale, gaze forward towards your hands, and exhale, slowly walk your feet up towards your hands. Knees can stay gently or deeply bent here for your forward fold. Let your head and shoulders drop as your heels and your hands touch the ground at the same time. Now inhale, take halfway lift, spine straight, hands at shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gently bend your knees. And exhale, lift your chest and arms high, Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, reach your fingers high. Exhale, cactus your arms, take a gentle back bend here. Inhale, reach high once again. Exhale, sweep your arms out and down to swan dive back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Gently bend both knees, send your left foot back a full leg's length, and then your right leg to meet it. Inhale, and exhale, lift up and back, right back to your down dog, and find your comfortable place to find stillness here. Inhale, lift your right leg high, foot stays flexed. Exhale, fan out your hip, foot points. Inhale, re-square your hips. Exhale, shift your weight forward, step your right foot in between your hands. Come light on your fingertips. Inhale, send both arms back behind you, palms face each other. Exhale, reach forward and up to your high crescent lunge, sink deeper. Inhale, reach your fingertips high towards the sky. Exhale, bend your left knee down towards the ground, maybe even lightly tap it and cactus your elbows. Inhale, extend that left knee once again, high crescent lunge. And exhale, twist your upper body towards the right, left arm in front of you, right arm behind. Inhale, scoop that right arm towards your left, both arms lift overhead. And exhale, turn your back left foot in and down to come parallel to the back of your mat and lower your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Same arm options here, right hand can stay here or lower to your hip. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, lift yourself right back up to your Warrior Two position. Inhale, reach forward with your right arm. Exhale, gently lower your right elbow to your right knee and draw your left arm overhead. Feel the straight line of energy from your left fingertips to your left toes. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach further through your left arm, and exhale, lift right back up to Parshavirabhadrasana Warrior Two, and then straighten your front right knee. You can shorten your stance by scooching your back left foot in slightly. Square your hips and shoulders towards the long side of your mat, And on inhale, reach forward with your right arm, sinking your weight into your front right hip. And once you've reached as far as you can, exhale and lower your right arm towards your right leg and left arm lifts high for your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Keep your weight light in your right hand. You can stay here or take a bind with your left arm. If you took a bind, look back over your left shoulder and breathe. Release your bind if you took one and inhale. And on exhale, lift yourself right back up to center. Front right palm flips up towards the sky. Left arm tracks down the back of your left leg to reverse your triangle here. Take a bind if that feels better for you. Deep inhale. And exhale, bend into your right knee once again, Radiant Warrior. Inhale, reach further with your right arm. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your right foot once again. Then step your right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, pedal out your legs back in your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog, foot flexed. Exhale, fan out your left hip, toe points. Inhale, re-square your hips three-legged. Exhale, shift your weight forward, step your left foot in between your hands now. Come light on your fingertips. Inhale, send your arms behind you, palms face each other, airplane arms. Exhale, reach your arms forward and up, high crescent lunge, familiar place for you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, bend your right knee towards the ground, cactus the arms, gaze up. Inhale, straighten up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, twist your upper body towards the left now, right arm in front of you, left arm behind. Inhale. And exhale, lift both arms right back up overhead. Inhale, turn your back right foot in and down parallel to the back of your mat and lower your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Right arm can stay here or come to your hip. Reach to extend your wingspan here. Inhale. And on exhale, lift yourself right back up to your warrior two. Gaze over your front left fingertips. Reach forward with your left arm and gently lower your left elbow to left knee. Right arm lifts overhead towards your left. Inhale, feel that long line of energy track from fingers to toes. And exhale. Inhale, lift right back to your warrior two. Exhale, release and straighten your front left knee. You can shorten your stance if that feels better for you here, and then square your hips and shoulders towards the long side of your mat. Inhale and reach forward, sinking into your front left hip. And exhale, lower your left hand towards your left leg. Right arm lifts high, right back in your triangle pose, Trikonasana. You can stay here or take a bind, whatever suits you. And if you're feeling a strong arch in your back, see if you can tighten up your core to remove that. Take an inhale wherever you are. And exhale, let it go. If you took a bind, bring your right arm right back up towards the sky. On inhale, lift yourself right back up through center. And exhale, reverse your triangle. Left arm reaches back and overhead, right arm down the back of your right leg. Inhale. And exhale, deep bend into that front left knee, Radiant Warrior. Inhale, reach further through your left arm. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your front left foot. Inhale, step your left foot up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale, lower your left foot to the mat, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On inhale, gaze forward towards your hands. And on exhale, watch as you walk your hands back just in front and outside of your feet. Back in your forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your shoulders and your head hang heavy here. Knees can be bent. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take your halfway lift, hands at shins or thighs, spine long. Exhale, fold once again. Inhale, right back up, halfway lift, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, deeply bend your knees to send your hips back and down and lift your chest and arms high for your standing squat Utkatasana. Weight is in your heels here. Inhale, reach high, palms touch overhead. And exhale, twist your upper body towards the left, the back of your right tricep on the top of your left knee. Inhale. And on exhale, release your twist, arms extend right back overhead. And exhale, twist to the right now, left tricep rests on the top of your right knee. Keep your weight in your heels, inhale. And exhale, release the twist, extend your arms. And fold forward, Uttanasana, let it all go. Now slowly walk your hands forward on your mat until your shoulders are just over your wrists in a high plank Palakasana. Inhale, push the ground away. And exhale, gently bend both knees until they lower to the ground. And then begin to circle back through child's pose, then forward up and over your hands in your tabletop here. Breathe and reverse the direction of these circles, seeing if anything in your body feels different moving this way as opposed to the other. Now welcome yourself back into stillness in your tabletop position and readjust so your hands are just underneath of your shoulders and your knees are just underneath of either hip. Tuck your toes once again and squeeze your belly button towards your spine. On inhale, lift and extend your knees right back into your downward facing dog. On inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift your weight forward, step your right foot in between your hands and lower your left knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Now bring your hand to rest on the inside of your right foot and come onto the outer edge of your right foot so the side that your big toe is on peels off of the mat. Sink into that right hip here. You can stay here gazing forward or lift your right arm up and back and around and invite your left foot to come to your right hand. Take an inhale and an exhale. Let your left foot go and bring your right hand back to frame your right foot. Now heel toe your right foot over towards the left edge of your mat and then lower your right knee to the ground. Tuck your left toes underneath of you and scoot your left knee back to lower your hips down onto the ground. Inhale, stay here and gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, fold forward. Lower your forearms down to the ground in front of your right shin and let your forehead come to your forearms or to the floor. If you're feeling discomfort in your body that is not quite welcome, you can always place a cushion or a block under your right hip or flip onto your back and take a figure 4 position. Listen to your body and hold in a place that feels good for you, whether it looks like this or not. Now on inhale, press back into your hands to lift your chest. And exhale, release your pigeon Kapotasana and shift your weight onto your right hip. Bend your left knee so that your toes come back towards your left glutes. Draw your left hand to the top right corner of your mat. Inhale, lift that left arm up and around, tap the ground towards your left foot. Exhale, tap the right corner of your mat. Inhale, lift up and back, tap the ground. Exhale, lift up and around, tap the right corner. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, up and forward. Now bring both palms to the mat just in front of you and re-straighten your left leg and tuck your left toes behind you. Now on inhale, press into the ground through your shoulders and lift your right leg up and back, right back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your right leg down. Now inhale, lift your left leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, shift your weight forward, step your left foot in between your hands now. Lower your right knee to the ground and untuck your toes. Now place your left hand to the inside of your left foot and shift your weight onto the outer edge of your left foot. You can stay here, sinking your weight into your left hip, or inhale, reach that left arm up and back, and exhale, invite your right foot to come to your left hand. Keep an active tension between your foot and hand here. Inhale, and exhale. Gently release your right foot back down to the ground and bring your left hand to frame your left foot once again. Now heel toe your left foot over towards the right edge of your mat and lower your left knee. Tuck your right toes underneath of you and with your knee scooch yourself back until you can lower your hips to the ground. Stay here or lower down, fold forward and bring your head to rest on your forearms in your pigeon pose, Kapotasana. As you hold here, notice if you're favoring your left hip, and if you are, invite some of your weight to come back to the center and favor both hips at the same time. If you folded forward, extend onto your hands once again, chest lifts. And then shift your weight onto your left hip, bending your right leg so that your foot comes towards your glutes. Bring your right hand to the upper left corner of your mat. On inhale, lift your right arm up and back. Tap the ground just behind your right glute. Exhale, lift up and back, tap the top left corner. Inhale, lift up and back, tap the ground. Exhale, lift up and lower. Exhale, lift up and back. Exhale, lift and go forward. Now bring both of your hands to the mat in front of you and re-straighten your right leg. Tuck your toes to lift your knee. On inhale, ground in through your shoulders and lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your left leg to the ground. Gaze towards your toes here, and on inhale, deeply bend your knees towards but not touching the ground, and exhale, extend them once again. Inhale, bend the knees to flex, lower slightly lower. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, extend. Now come up onto the balls of your toes and slowly bend your knees to lower yourself back down to the ground in your tabletop. Untuck your toes. Now bring your left knee to the left edge of your mat and your right knee to the right edge and tap your big toes behind you. Take an inhale and walk your hands slightly forward. And exhale, send your hips right back and down towards your heels, right back into Balasana, your child's pose. Without need to label what these feelings are, notice where in your body or what in your body feels different this time around in your child's pose as opposed to the last. Breathe and let your mind be drawn to those places of feeling. Inhale, reach towards the front edge of your mat. And exhale, bend both elbows until hands are underneath of either shoulder. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and towards one another and lift yourself up. Now sweep both legs behind you and scoot your glutes forward on your mat to give yourself room to lie down on your back. Slowly lower yourself down to do so, and then bring your arms out to a T position at shoulder height, both palms facing down towards the ground. On inhale, lift both legs up, knees bent at 90 degrees, knees just over hips, and on exhale, let both knees fall towards your left side and relax onto the ground. Your left hand can come to the top of your right knee, and then turn your head to gaze over your right fingertips as you melt in and relax in this supine twist. If your left hand came to the top of your right knee, bring it right back to its T position and turn your head back to center. On inhale, tighten up your core to lift both knees right back up over your hips. And exhale, now let them fall to your right side. Right hand can come to the top of your left knee or thigh. Turn your head to gaze over your left fingertips now. Now take a deep inhale in through your nose. And let your exhale be an invitation to settle deeper into this twist. Hold here. Bring your right arm back to its T position if it's not already there, and turn your head back through center, looking towards the ceiling. On inhale, lift both knees right back up and over your hips. And exhale, extend one leg long down the length of your mat, and then the other. Lower your arms down by your sides, palms facing up, and let your feet kind of naturally turn out towards either corner of your mat. As you lay here in your final pose, Shavasana, let your body be heavy and held by the ground, and let each breath take you deeper into support and relaxation as you lie here. The next time you hear my voice, I'll be guiding you out. Now gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, introducing gentle movement back into your body. Now bend your right knee and bring your foot to the mat and let your body settle and absorb what this feels like. Now bend your left knee, bringing that foot to the mat, and pause, soaking in the sensation change. Now scooch your hips over and roll yourself on to one side. And then gently press into the ground to lift yourself up and find a comfortable seated position for yourself to close class. Let your hands rest gently on your knees or thighs, palms facing up towards the sky. Inhale and imagine that you are absorbing and filling up with gratitude, light, and love. And exhale. Let it go and settle in your heart. On inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Bring your palms to touch just over top of you. And exhale, bend both elbows and bring your hands to heart center on Jali Mudra and bow your head. The light and the love within me honors, sees, and respects the light and the love in you. You are now completed with your 40-minute Energizing Yoga Flow. Through today's practice, you have nurtured not just your body, but even more so your soul, your heart, and your mind. You are a beautiful trifecta of each one of these things, and one does not stand without the others. I post new classes every Monday and Thursday, and I'd love to see you in another one soon. Thank you for being here.